Hello and welcome back to another episode of Gaming the System, the podcast where three intersectional feminists examine gaming and games through a feminist lens. I'm your host for today. I'm Jem and I'm here with my friends Alex and Matt. So before we get started, if you want to support us, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/gaming the system for some exclusive content, or you can send us a one-off donation via PayPal to our email address, wearegamingthesystem@gmail.com. Today we are going to be prepping ourselves for Christmas and the festive season, the winter solstice or winterval or whatever you like to call this time of the year. The festive times, I think, is a nice encompassing period name. So we are going to be talking about gift giving with our gamer hats on. But before we kick off, I thought that it might be fun to see what you guys have been up to and what you've been playing recently. Do you want to kick off, Matt?
Sure.
Or Alex? Yes. I don't mind.
I can kick off, yeah. So it was recently a time of gifts for me, being my birthday this week.
Happy birthday, Alex.
Thank you. I'm 1 year older. So yes, I received many gaming-themed gifts. And one of those was the ability to buy games using PlayStation Store funds. Essentially, I got gifted a lovely PlayStation Store gift card. So thank you to the gift of that gift. And I used it to cut the price down for Astrobot, which has been ever so slightly reduced in the Black Friday sale. And I've heard a lot of good things about it. Really enjoyed the sort of smaller version of Astrobot when it launched with the PS5. It was a game that everyone could play when they got their PS5s. And I've played a little bit of it. I've played about an hour since I downloaded it earlier today. And I can tell you I'm absolutely loving it so far. It's got all the Astrobot magic, like all of even the controller, the way that it makes noises and it vibrates and the way it feels.
I loved it when I played it. Yeah.
Not like any other game. And it was slightly disappointing because, that was the promise of the PS5, that there were going to be all these games that would take advantage of the new controller's features. And I think Astrobot's the only one that really does it to the max. And it really makes it feel like a different game. And it's absolutely so colourful and bright and fun and adorable, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
So do you know why it's taken them so long to bring it out? Because obviously the PS5 has been out for quite a while now. So
yeah, and I'm not sure how long exactly. It's a number of years, as you say, since the PS5 was launched. And now, in fact, they've only just launched the PS5 Pro, haven't they? Which is kind of like the upgrade for the console. But yeah, I'm not sure why it took them so long to develop, but it clearly shows that they've spent a lot of time on it, judging by these first couple of levels that I've played. And it's clear also that the developers are real PlayStation fans, because there's a lot of nice little Easter eggs, like there was in the PS5 launch title, lots of nods to previous consoles and all the games that run through the history of PlayStation. So you have to essentially rescue bots as one of your objectives. And the bots sometimes are modelled after various famous video game characters. So I've rescued Crash Bandicoot. I've rescued Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank. Those are the only two I think I've found so far. But there's going to be loads more, I'm sure. So very excited to find them all.
Awesome! That sounds like a really nice game for the Christmas period, actually.
Definitely,
it's a very much an all ages game, isn't it?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Matt? What have you been playing?
I've been two things on the go at the moment. I've been so I finished Baldur's Gate 3 Then I played Cyberpunk 2077. So went from, I thought I'd probably want another massive fantasy RPG, knowing that Dragon Age Veilguard was just around the corner. But I thought it's probably best to take a breath and try something different. So I went from Baldur's Gate 3 to Cyberpunk, then to Lies of P, which is a sort of an Elden Ring style of game, so going from completely different one to completely different one. And then got to the end of that and thought, because what always happens when I get massively into a certain game, I tend to want to jump in, find another game that's exactly the same. But then I often get disappointed because that's very rarely how things work.
Yeah.
So I tried Black Myth Wukong, and immediately went, oh no, I don't want to do this. Unfortunately, Steam, I can't believe that this isn't common knowledge, and I don't know if it is. You can return a Steam game if you've played it for less than 2 hours with no questions asked. And so that was a lifesaver, so I got my £50 back for that. And then I decided the Angry Joe show has been a lifesaver with this, because I started watching them play a stream of Dragon Age Veilguard and just immediately go, oh no, what have they done to it? And so I held off from doing that until I could watch more of it. And then I've just finished playing Dragon Age 2. And Dragon Age 2, in terms of the gameplay and the story and the companions and the romances, it is exactly like Baldur's Gate 3. 15 years ago, just with slightly different technology and a bit less, doesn't have the polish that it can have now. But I got the exact same feeling playing this game from 2011 as I did from playing Baldur's Gate 3. And then as I've been watching them play Veilguard while I've been playing this, and just comparing this game from 15 years ago and going, oh my god, what have they done?
Oh no.
It's devastating. But now I've finished that, and I've now moved on to Dragon Age Inquisition and just started that again. And it's already within 5 minutes. It's so much better. It's so good. It's unbelievable how good it is. So that's what I've been playing for fun. And alongside that, I've finally gotten into playing some of the horror games I need to play. And I've been doing a live playthrough of Alien Isolation in fundraising for a charity called Refuge UK, which is the domestic abuse victim support charity. So I've been grinding my way through that, even though it's really scary. And so I've been practicing streaming so much, and I feel so much more comfortable with it. So that is ticking a lot of boxes for me for while I'm playing a scary game that I need to get through for my own research purposes. It's an opportunity to raise some money for charity, and it's me practicing streaming as well. So there's lots of games going on at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's
can you explain how you raise money while streaming? How does that? Is it just that people come and watch and then they donate money because you're being scared, or?
So my mindset on it has been that I'm not. That if you've got a massive audience, then you can do like specific things. Whereas I'm just me we haven't got a massive streaming audience, so putting pressure on myself to like sort of jump through this kind of imagined hoops, like trying to copy bigger like streamers. So I've literally just said I just have a camera on me talking out loud while I play, because that's what the core of it is. Because if you try and go, right, I'm going to do this and then that and then this and then that as you go through, then I'm just not going to want to start streaming. And the beauty of this, the way that Twitch integrates fundraising, is that there's a website called Tiltify, which you set up a campaign on that, and then you can have all the like widgets and overlays and links and all that jazz automatically comes through Twitch to this organization. And so you can set that up and just have that running, and then you can just leave the campaign up. So what I've done now is I've recorded myself streaming the entire game, and then we can just leave that up on YouTube. And then if people watch it, they'll be able to just scroll down and look at the campaign for that. So it's literally just practicing having a camera on me, talking out loud. So I don't normally talk about gaming, so that's a very strange thing. It's remarkable what you say out loud when you're gaming that you don't normally notice. So yeah, that's been really good as well.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, I've watched a little bit. I just think it's just a really interesting and fun thing to do, and I think it's good, a good charity. We will actually be talking about charities that we would like people to think about supporting in our next episode. So stay tuned for that. So what have I been playing? Well, actually, like you, Matt, I've gone back to Dragon Age Inquisition because I think I got about halfway through it, maybe not even that far. I did do a stream of it though. I did stream playing Dragon Age Inquisition when I first played it, right back a couple of years ago, on our, I don't know where it is, somewhere on in the depths of our YouTube, yeah. I'm disappointed to hear what you're saying about Veilguard. I haven't looked into it too much because I thought, well, I'll just get this done, because I was looking at it and thinking, and I'm amazed actually that my very ancient computer was going to be able to manage it. And then Daniel said to me, you really should finish Veilguard because it's not Veilguard. You really should finish Inquisition because it's so good. And I was sort of like, oh yeah, but it's really old. And after playing Baldur's Gate, am I going to be able to hack it? But actually, it's so good, and yeah, okay, there are definitely not as good facial expressions and things, but it is a really good game, and it's really well voiced and really well storied. And yeah, I just kind of got straight into it, which is also another good thing, because so many games require such a steep learning curve, and they take you through that when you play it from the beginning. You learn, but then if you have a 3-year break or whatever it is that I've had with this one, you come back, you've forgotten everything, and it's like you don't want to have to go all the way back to the start again. There needs to be some kind of tutorial or practice section, I think, in those kind of games, so that you can just kind of relearn the skills and get back into it. But I haven't had any of that problem with this, mainly because my play style is just hit all the buttons and just hope for the best. So I've sort of been playing a bit of Inquisition, and also playing still a little bit of my Coral Island farmy game, because it's bite-sized, and I can go in and I can just do a day like you do in Stardew Valley, and it's not, it feels like it's contained, which is quite good actually, because those kind of games can sometimes get a little bit what's the word, compulsive. You kind of can't, just one more day, and so it's quite good that it does feel very contained, so it's nice to have a break. But yeah, I'm not sure what next. I've been looking at some of the games that are up for the awards in a few weeks' time, and the Games Awards, and just looking at what's out there, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to go with, but we shall see. So,
have you played Dragon Age 2?
Do you know what? I think I think I must have, but I have no memory of it whatsoever. So
Yeah, it's an absolute banger. It's better than I remember.
Yeah,
and yeah,
I feel like I did, but the problem is everything merges into one when when you get to my very great age. No, anyway, before we go on to what we're going to talk about today, I just wanted to say that not last weekend, the weekend before, so it was the 17th of November, the membership of the Women's Equality Party voted to disband the party. This was done with a lot of tears. A lot of tears, and it was a really difficult decision. I was there for the conference on the Sunday, and I have attended a What's Next meeting at the weekend just gone, just to talk about the practicalities of disbanding a national political party. I mention it because, as we both know, we all know, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the Women's Equality Party, which was the sort of original motivation for bringing us together to do Gaming the System, because we were supporting one of our lovely colleagues in their attempt to stand for, I think it was in one of the London elections. Was it the mayoral election? I can't remember, but anyway, and we were going to try and raise some money through doing probably like a 7-day gamer-thon or something based on Matt's previous experience. So that was where we started. And as Matt was telling us just a few days ago, we've done our 200th episode. So we're now well down the line. I mean, we started this in 2020 and it's now coming to the end of 2024. So I don't feel like we're sort of thinking about giving it up. So it's and so I just wanted to mention about the Women's Equality Party, because they will always be special, I think, to the Gaming the System pod, and I think it's a shame that our political system is so skewed in favour of wealth and established power, that there isn't a lot of room for smaller parties to get in and have their voices heard. It's extremely stitched up situation, and I think it's very difficult to believe that democracy can properly be enacted in a situation like that. So it's a shame, but I think it was the right decision given the circumstances, but it is a shame. So. Right. So, Christmas presents. Feels like a bit of a shift, but yay. So we thought we'd have a chat about the sorts of things that you might get the gamers in your life, or that you might want. And also we will maybe look at what you might get your non-gamer loved ones, to just try and encourage them down the gaming route. So I think what we'll start with is, what game would you gift to somebody, either yourself or to somebody who is a gamer, that you feel has really shown an acknowledgement of the importance of diversity? So a game that's got diverse characters, a game that's challenging traditional game tropes and gender stereotypes, a game that is championing the LGBTQI communities, a game that is recognizing the need for greater accessibility. So a game that fits into that category. Go.
Can I go first?
Yeah, go, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Baldur's Gate 3 before either of you can, because as you're going, obviously, yeah, tick, 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 immediately all the way through, because it's in terms of representation, there has never been a more LGBT saturated game, and that's the most powerful, like one of the most powerful ways that you can bring representation along, is to fill like absolutely all of it, make gayness and queerness and LGBTness baked into all of it, so it can't just be cut out. You can't just go, oh, there's this one gay character, but if we want to sell the game in China or Saudi Arabia, we can just remove them. And you go, if you don't want gay people in this game, then you can't have the game, because the game doesn't work without it. And when you have that kind of, you're immersed in that world, and you're dealing with these characters, and you can't assume anything of these characters, because they could be absolutely anything. And then before you know it, you go, oh, all of them are bisexual. All of them are pansexual, omnisexual. They're all like Captain Jack Harkness. They'll just have sex with anything. They'll ask Halcyon to turn into a bear so that they can have sex as animals. All of that stuff. And so in terms of representation and breaking stereotypes of things, there's so many different kinds of masculinity and femininity and everything in it, and that enables you to explore so many different pathways that you wouldn't normally get. And it's not like you can do one side quest where a man kisses a man. And you got an entire endless. You can have sex with two twins at the same time with your partner, and you can have sex with a squid thing, gem, and that's still so funny. The only area that there doesn't seem to have been any progress that I've seen in the last year is in terms of accessibility features in games. It would have been, Baldur's Gate is a probably 97, 98, 99 out of 100 game. If it did with accessibility features what it's done for the fantasy genre and gaming as a whole, that would put it in the pantheon of greatest games of all time, greatest art pieces of all time. But that's the one area where it doesn't quite pull it off.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to agree there, I think. In terms of that, not necessarily from this year, but I think we've discussed previously on the pod, the real standout game in terms of doing the most that any game has done for accessibility, probably The Last of Us 2, The Last of Us 1 Remastered, but also God of War and God of War Ragnarok are pretty similar levels, I would say, in terms of accessibility. I always remember one of the best episodes we've done with my lovely friend Ross, who was talking about being able to finish a game for the first time without anyone next to him in the room telling him exactly what was happening or where he needed to go or anything like that. He could finish it independently, and that's just absolutely groundbreaking for Ross. But like, you think about the impact of that for all the visually impaired gamers that there are out there, and indeed gamers with any type of disability, that impacts on the way that they play. It's huge. You can't go any higher than that, really. Then obviously, like, there's still more that we can do. It's not 100% perfect, but, it just shows the benefits of providing a level of choice in terms of accessibility. Is going to open up the gaming world to so many more people and allow them to have the joy that is gaming. And I think those games really stand out. So those Last of Us and God of War are kind of the two that I would recommend right up the top of accessibility. There are plenty of smaller games that have really good accessibility options as well. So yeah, and it's something that game developers are putting at the forefront a little more, hopefully, rather than it being an afterthought or patched in afterwards as well, because that's often what happens. But hopefully now we're moving into an era of more accessible gaming, which I think will be fantastic for everybody.
Yeah.
What would be the only literally the only downside of, say, like Baldur's Gate 3 and God of War and Last of Us Part 2, the ones that are pushing the boundaries in terms of everything? They're all super duper violent and intense and high level games,
very true. Yeah.
which is it's a good thing that they're leading the way in things, but it feels like
only for a certain set of people, maybe people who would be happy playing those games or feel comfortable with the topics that they cover, because sometimes the topics can be quite traumatic, especially with The Last of Us. So yeah, finding a game that perhaps is suitable for a wider range of ages that also does all those things, but in a sort of I can't think of the word, a non-adult way, I guess, that broaches their topics in like a more wide-ranging way, without shoving it too much in your face, because sometimes when it's too overt, it's like the writing's trying too hard. Almost, you want it to be like a nice middle ground, don't you? Really, because sometimes it can appear a little bit tokenistic, as well. But yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's when it starts to attract criticism from the sort of people complaining about the woke cultures, is when they feel that these adaptations or changes or inclusions are in some way that they don't feel natural, they don't feel part of it, they do feel tokenistic. I think that's when people pick up on it more. I mean, some people are always going to pick up on it. I watched a YouTube earlier of somebody complaining about how so many of the AAA games that have come out this year have all been rubbish because they've been too woke. And their main argument seemed to be that they had women with different body shapes and skin colours. I mean, it was totally misogynistic and racist, and, just falling out of this guy's mouth without any kind of awareness of what he was actually saying. I honestly think he probably would be horrified if you said to him, like, you're racist and sexist. But I mean, he was. So yeah, it's interesting, but I do think you're right. I think it needs, in order for it to have genuine depth and impact, it does need to be more than just tokenism, and it needs to be more involved. But I think games like Baldur's Gate and Last of Us and God of War do that and have achieved a lot of those things.
We hope you enjoyed that episode of Gaming the System. If you want to support us, you can donate to us through our PayPal by sending it to wearegamingthesystem@gmail.com if you want to send us a one-off donation. If you want to donate to us monthly, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/gamingthesystem. Until next time, bye-bye.